Bruno. Hey, Bruno. Come up here. I got a few people on. This laptop pulled up here. Come over here. Careful, knock it over. Put that chair over there out of the way. Don't lean on the table. You're gonna knock it over, okay? All right, you wanna come say hi to everybody? Yeah. Come over here, let me see you. Say hello.
Hello.
All right. Doing a little live video, Bruno. Are you done? Just keep that chair over there, honey. Push it over there. There you go. There's my buddy Jim. Doing good, Jim. How you doing up there? It's a hot day in Tennessee. There's my brother. That's a shocker. My brother's on here today. There's Cody Bryant. I ain't heard from you in a long time, Cody. I was wondering where you been. All right. Let's see here. Going. There's Richard. I just figures I got this live going, now the wind starts blowing. Probably come through the audio here, make it sound horrible. It's not blowing up here all day. They just now started. That's the way it goes. I bet you are busy, Cody, teaching somebody to build furniture with their whole house. That'll keep you busy. At least you're busy though, man. That's good. There's my buddy Jim. I need to quit bumping into this table. We got a new table out here for the porch, so I don't have to sit in the swing anymore and do the videos. That swing was goodness, that I can't even talk today. The swing was eventually going to fall probably, so we got a little table out here. All right, a little short video today, guys. I'm between doing tasks outside. I've been mowing and cutting firewood and all kinds of stuff, so I thought I'd jump on here for a few minutes. Also got in a really nice walnut log today. It's probably about 16 feet long. Nice walnut. It came down from, came here from Knoxville actually. I got that in this morning. Okay, try to grab some questions here, guys. Anybody's got any questions, throw them at me. And if you want to do a little super chat thing, that's even better. We appreciate that also. So, let me jump in here real fast. Okay, Alan asked how the Bart Spud's doing. I've not even used it yet. My buddy Curtis Buchanan, the chair maker, he made us a handle out of some white oak about a week ago. I need to put that thing on there. I got it on there and it fits right, but I need to put some epoxy on there and try it out. We'll do a little video tomorrow and see how that thing does. I got some pine to debark, see how it goes. Okay, yeah, we got full leads down here. It's getting hot too. It's about 80 degrees today, pretty hot today. All right, there's Jerry up in Canada. There's Cody, he's been fishing. Pretty nice day to fish. It's pretty hot here today. Family garden. Yeah, we have a large garden. I've done a video on that just a few weeks ago actually. And just finished putting out our tomatoes yesterday. I lost a few of those to frost about a week ago, but we're in good shape now. All right, there's Germany asking about the weather. It is nice here. It's 82, I think 82 degrees in Tennessee today. It's pretty hot. We was cutting firewood this morning, so it was really hot this morning. Want to bow this afternoon probably. That's what's going on here today. Cody, how's the timber frame coming? Really good. I just finished up a tie beam, which they're over. You may not be able to see them actually. They're right there actually, just right there. That's one of the tie beams. I just finished another one this morning. So they're going. It's going pretty good. Going really good. Let me me see here. How do you price slabs, factory mill, cost, and time? That's a whole long answer right there. If you're interested in stuff like that, you can go and join the Patreon group over there. I talked about pricing and stuff over there because it's such a big topic, and it really, you know, kind of like trade secrets, I guess, stuff like that. You don't really get I don't really give that stuff out to the public just because it takes years to develop that stuff. Alan Cole, you're awesome. Appreciate the super chat there. But if you're interested in Patreon, you can give like $1 or $5 a month over there, and I talked about how I price wood and stuff like that, and I answer people's questions as well. Appreciate the super chat, Alan. That is awesome right there. Really appreciate that. See if I can catch back up here. Howdy, what do you think of cedars? I love red cedar. I got about 5 big red cedars I got from my buddy Doyle over in Virginia. I think Bruno crashed. He's okay. He's riding a scooter back there. But I got lots of red cedars here. I just don't come across it that often. We have lots of cedars in this area, but they're always rotting in the middle. They're aggravating right there in the middle. They rot right in the middle. And let me see here. Need to do something here real fast. Got a little technical difficulty here, guys. So see if I can. All right, had to redo the moderator status right there. My wife moderates these videos for us to keep all the political junk out of here and all that other foolishness that goes on. Had to reauthorize her. I should have to do that. It should carry over every time. Had to redo that. So bear with me. Okay, that's fixed. I think that's fixed. All right. And my wife, her name's Linda, so she may answer your question also if I can't get to it. That's why if you have, if you have something you really want me to see, do the super chat, because those go straight to the top, and I won't miss those. But sometimes there's so many questions come in, I can't keep up with them. But I love cedars. I don't love bees. A big old bee just went by me just then. I love cedars. They make really good timber and wood when they're solid. It's hard to get good solid ones. It's really aggravating. Most of them are rotting down the middle. It's like black locust. It's the same way. It's always rotting right down the middle. Pretty aggravating. What's the widest, longest you can process? I have a 50-inch monster ash. If you'll do a video, no thank you. 34 inches wide is as wide as my wood miser will saw. And to be honest with you, that's as wide as I want to fool with. Gosh, it's just, those slabs are so heavy. When you get a slab up 25 to 30 to 32 inches wide, they are so heavy. Even though we have a tractor here with forklifts on it, or pallet forks in the front of it, it's still so much to handle. It's really aggravating. And a lot of these guys do these giant monster slabs. I just wouldn't want to fool with them. They're just aggravating. That's as wide as I want to go. And I'm really behind here. Okay, there's a super chat from Martin there. Okay, my wife and I love your videos. The sun's blaring into the screen. Look over me here. I've got to quench to see the question. He's asking what type of drone we use. We use a Mavic Air drone. It's made by DJI, which makes just about all the drones nowadays. It's called a Mavic Air. It's really small. I mean, that thing will fit right there in the palm of your hand. It's a really small drone. It flies for about 20 minutes, and I think they're about $7.99 on Amazon. And I think I gave less than that for mine because I got it right when they first come out and they were a lot cheaper. But they went up in prices. But that drone is awesome. It flies for 20 minutes. It goes backwards. It's got these little sensors so it avoids trees and stuff. It's really nice. You can't really crash it unless you're not paying attention and you turn off those features. It's a really good drone. I recommend that for everybody. The main reason is if you fly toward this pear tree right here, it's going to stop way before it gets to it and beeps really loud, so you can't crash it. It's really nice. You can't beat those things. And the memory is great. It holds a ton of memory on there. Okay, there's Adam, a $5 super chat right there. Appreciate it, Adam. If you got a question, Adam, let me know. But appreciate that. Appreciate these super chats. These make these live videos a little bit more worth the time to do them here. Because I have to get the wife to sit down to moderate, and I got to pull it up out here, and it takes a little time to do these and keep up with everybody. All right, I'm trying to go back through here and just find some of these questions. If you got something really important, do the super chat, guys. That way I won't miss it. All right, have you ever milled any hackberry? I have not. I've never milled hackberry before. All right, very important thing right there my wife just threw in there. You can't crash the drone unless you ignore the airport warnings, then it crashes itself. We was over in Elizabethton a long time ago, maybe 6 months ago, maybe longer, I can't remember. And I didn't know there was an airport close by, so we had that thing flying over a little river, it might have been a creek, and I got an airport warning, and I had no idea there was an airport within, I think 5 mile radius is what the radius is. It may be closer than that. And that thing started landing on its own. I couldn't control it. I kept on trying to bring it back to me, but it kept on trying to land. So I'm on the side of a creek bank, and this drone is wanting to land in the water, and I'm trying to get it to come toward me, and I'm fighting the controls. It goes to default to land because of the airport, and I hit the ignore button to try to bring it to me. So it finally lands, like barely on the, we didn't even see it land. I thought it went right in the water, but it landed right on the creek bank. So that's the only way to lose one. Don't get nowhere near an airport with those things, because when they go up in the air and it senses that airport, it will automatically land itself, and it may not be where you want it to go. So long story short, stay away from airports and you'll be just fine with that thing. I forgot about that. That would have been horrible right there. All right, 2.5 miles. That's about right. I think that's right. I couldn't remember because since then I don't get nowhere near an airport. Nowhere near it. 2.5 miles. That sounds like the right distance right there. 5 miles is probably a little bit too close to them as well. All right. Let me see here. Scott in the UK. Have you ever cut any, I can't never pronounce that, Homer, but I know what you're talking about, and I have never solved that here. My friend Curtis was asking me about that wood a while back, but I've never came across any. The shortest length you can saw, I don't like to get any shorter than 48 inches because the bunts on that mill, it's hard to catch them if you get shorter than that. You got to put a 2x4 up there behind it to catch the log, and it's aggravating. 4 feet is about the smallest I want to fool with, but you can do shorter if you want to do it. Okay, there's Mike. Stony Creek Airport. I'm assuming that's the one he's talking about. We didn't know there was even a freaking airport over there. I didn't know it was that close to downtown Elizabethton either. That was crazy right there. Some drone software is 1 mile even shorter now. Yeah, it may be. I don't get nowhere near them. We about lost that drone. When it went toward the water, I couldn't see it. I was constantly trying to pull it to me, and it just went right down. And luckily enough, we caught it there at the end, and it landed on the bank. That would have been very, very pricey right there. I'd have to buy another one of those. Wayne, once you size a green timber post, how would you suggest putting in the tenons and mortises before the wood gets difficult to work? You know, with white pine, you don't have to worry about that. It's really stable. It doesn't move much. White pine that's why the timber framers love it. And I'm not a timber framer. I'm an amateur. I'm talking about the guys that do this for a living. Jim Rogers and my buddy Jim up in New York, those guys who really know what they're talking about. And those are the guys that I call for advice. So it really depends on what species of wood you're working with. You know, my white pine, my tie beams, I'm leaving them outside and they're not moving or nothing. They will draw up a little bit when my roof goes on, but that's really about it. But if you're using a different kind of wood, that's a really good question for a pro to answer and not for me to answer. But anything other than white pine, you might want to really take your time and plan your cuts before you start putting your frame together. Okay, there's Jim Rogers piping in. He knows what he's talking about. There's some great advice right there. And Jim's on YouTube as well. If you research Jim Rogers, his YouTube channel as well. You know, wealth of knowledge right there. He's a good guy. He visited me a few months ago. Helped me out a lot with my frame. All right, we got a super chat there from Jennings. Which hook angles do you prefer for hard and soft woods? For hard and soft woods, I'm using 7-degree blades. Oh, that thing got, come on now. It got kind of tinted out on me just a little. Oh, well, let me see. Hopefully it's coming through okay. Sun glare's coming in. Sorry about that, guys, if it got kind of tinted there. Okay, hook angles for hard and softwood, I use a 7-degree blade on both of them. Some people use 7-degree on hardwoods. a 9 or a 10 for pine. I use 7 on everything. I love a 7-degree blade. It works great on every kind of species of wood. If I'm sawing small diameter logs, I use a 45 thickness. If it's a wide cut, I use a 55 thickness. 7-degree, hard to go wrong. 4-degree, that's for frozen timber. That's really good stuff as well. But a 7-degree blade, in my opinion, is a great all-around blade. Now, the people at Wood-Mizer said years ago, they may still say this, a 10-degree blade is their good all-around blade. I've tried a 10-degree, it works okay. 7 degrees where it's at, in my opinion, for the wood we have here in Tennessee. Does great every time. You can't go wrong with it, put it that way. But mess around with those blades and find what works best for the wood that's in your area. You may have different stuff than we have here. Depends on where you're located there. All right, super chat from Donald Starnes. Appreciate that, $10. Appreciate that, Donald. Okay, the garden's going good. We have over 50 tomato plants put out. I put them out kind of early. I was warned, but I didn't listen to it, and I done it anyways. We lost about 5 or 6 of those to frost, but everything's good right now. We got tomatoes, got green onions, mustard and lettuce have already came up. We have 15 cabbage heads that are thriving. They're doing very good. Our October beans came up the other day, and what else am I missing? We got squash, cucumbers, and I'm gonna read off my wife's message right there because she's keeping tack here, and green peppers. Garden's going great. We have really good soil here, so hopefully the frost is behind us and everything's going to do pretty good. And we also put flowers in our garden, and that's a trick that my mother-in-law taught us last year. That kind of invites the bees to come in and start pollinating stuff, and it worked pretty good last year, so I hope it works this year as well. Our main crop is probably tomatoes. My wife cans the tomatoes. We make pastas, stuffed peppers with those all winter. That's the main stuff right there. And the other thing we can a lot of is green beans. We really like green beans here. I'll do a little update on the garden. And I guess tomorrow I'll grab the camera. We'll do the bark spud and we'll do a little update on the garden as well. But I appreciate that super chat. That means a lot. And if you guys want your questions highlighted where I'll see them, that's the easiest way to do it because it's hard for me to find all the questions that come in here. Appreciate that a lot. The magnolia, I've got about 3 magnolias left. I think I'm going to do 4/4 on those. I need to call that guy actually next week and see if 4/4 is okay because they're kind of small. Slabs wouldn't make a lot of sense to me, but they're just about done actually. Got a lot of that magnolia stacked up. That stuff was heavy. Had a high moisture content. Do you eat cucumber sandwiches down there? Oh, I forgot. Cantaloupe, right there. Put cantaloupe in as well. Mushmelon, cantaloupe, call it everything. I don't eat cucumber sandwiches. My dad does, but a lot of people do. Looks like my wife does as well. Do you all, in the garden, what we did is I got some wood chips in from a local arborist. It was white oak. And tell you what, we'll just do a garden update video tomorrow because I can talk about it, but it makes more sense if you can see it. Because we did our walkways with wood chips this year because we had the raised beds. Kept on tripping over them, and the previous owner here at the place installed them, and it was pressure treated, and they were all starting to wilt away and rot. So we got rid of them this year, and we went ahead and just made like a taller mound with walkways in the middle. We put wood chips in the middle. It looks really nice. It worked out good. I got one more row of wood chips actually to finish. I will put those wood chips down tomorrow, and we'll do a short video talking about that as well. Since you guys are interested in that, that's great. We're in the garden just about every day here, almost about every other day up there doing something in it. Spend a lot of time there in the summer. All right, there's Debbie in North Ohio. Okay, tornado wood turning. Trying to catch up here. All the super chats are caught up. Really appreciate you guys, Donald and Jennings. Really appreciate that. You see 92 people watching. Not many people watching today, but it's nice weather. Most people are probably outside doing stuff. And we're limited to tomato peppers. Tips on tomatoes will be appreciated. Well, I don't know a whole lot about tomatoes. We are very fortunate here to have very good dirt. The previous owner here of this little farm we have, he had rabbits. And where the sawmill is, he had like 500 rabbits in there. And he used all the manure for the garden, which made ideal growing conditions for food. And after doing some research, rabbit manure is one of the best manures you can put in the garden, because you can put it in there without having to age. You know, it's really good. You know, so, and we actually have an extra pile of it beside the kiln. But the tomatoes just love that dirt. We had so many, you know, if you follow me on Instagram, I put pictures up of tomatoes last year. We picked so many tomatoes up there. Had a great year. Okay, there's my wife talking about blossom enrot. She keeps a real close eye on the tomatoes right there. And the blossom enrot can be a pain. We have had that at a house we lived at 6 or 7 years ago. We had that problem. All right, let me see here. Calgary, Canada. We enjoy your channel and love the background music. Gardens, okay, good deal there, Thomas. Appreciate that. All right, I'm way behind on questions here, guys. I got 1 or 2 emails that looks like it came through with questions. I doubt I can click over and see those. Trying to keep everything working kind of smooth here, just kind of hectic sometimes. Seaweed liquor on our tomatoes. It's interesting. So, how long have we been going here? I can't even tell. Can't see nothing on this screen today, I'll tell you. Finally got me a table here to do these live videos on. Now I need something to block out the sun right here. I can't see nothing. So, all right, I think I'm caught up. I probably missed some of your questions, but like I said, if you got something you really want to know, then do that little super chat feature, because it pops right up in the feed and it stays up there, and I have to actually click on it to make it go away, so I make sure I answer it that way. All right, there's Cody. Picked up any axes lately? I have not, but I was talking to Jason Knight the other day, the guy who made the Bart Spud for us, and it looks like we may take some of my old saw blades and make maybe a timber frame slick with it. He's really interested in my saw blades and using them for something. So looks like we're gonna have a lot of stuff come out of his shop here for the channel. Jason's real interested here in sawmilling, and we might do some bartering for some slabs for some tools, which is a win-win for me. I love watching that guy work, and he makes some really nice stuff. I told him that's probably the nicest Bart Spud in the world. You know, most of those things are pretty rugged and rough, and most of them come from China. And to have something nice like that made by a custom smith is just, it's really nice. Then to have Curtis make the handle, that's even better. You know, he's one of my good friends there, Curtis. All right, get out of here, fly. Flies are coming out today. All right. All right. There's some people in California watching. Guess you guys are a few hours behind us. Any digital woodworking in the future? All right, any digital woodworking? Look over me there, but I'm not sure what you mean by that. Are you meaning like online classes or something? What? I'm not sure what you mean there. Okay, let me see here. 3D cutters. I have no experience with 3D cutters. I don't know anything about them. Probably not. Okay, do you sell to instrument builders? I have never sold anything that I have knowledge of that went to an instrument builder, but I've sold a lot of wood at the store in North Carolina that sells my timber, and I don't know who buys it over there, so some of it could be somewhere made to an instrument. There's a pretty good chance of that. Do you play guitar? I sure do, not as much as I used to, but I do play. Here's Jim talking about. Jim has a lot of nice old tools. If you guys out there that are interested in old timber framing tools and stuff, look up Jim Rogers, because he sells vintage tools that he restores. My boring machine I got from him a few years ago. He has some good stuff. All right, catch up here. What's happening with the NC store? I don't know. Everything's still on lockdown, I think, over in North Carolina, so I'm not heard nothing. There's a lot of stuff here still closed down as well, so I think people are just kind of seeing what happens. So I'm not sure. Ever saw gum or persimmon? I've sawed persimmon one time. It was hard as a rock. I have sawed gum a few times for a customer, and it was horrible. It danced off the mill as I was making every cut. But some nasty stuff right there, that gum is. It was sweet gum. I don't know what kind of gum you guys got where you're talking about. Flies are killing me out here. But persimmon, really good stuff. I think persimmon is the hardest wood we have in North America. I could be totally wrong about that, but it's right up there on the Jankus scale on the wood hardness. Persimmon's right up there on the scale with maybe the hardest besides ironwood. There's something else up north that maybe grows. I can't remember. All right, tell us about your Zoso tat right there. That's the Zoso tat. Got that when I was 18. And that's when I was playing in rock bands and thought I was going to be a musician and play in a rock band my whole life. And I was really big into Led Zeppelin. I was a really big Jimmy Page fan. Still am a big Led Zeppelin fan, but that's one of the reasons I have the old Zoso tattoo. A lot of people pick up on it right off. They know where it's from, what album, but some people, they're not sure what it means. How much sawdust do you produce and what do you do with it? We produce not as much sawdust as you think. A lot of the sawdust I'll pile up and let it rot down into compost. Some of it I put in the garden walkways. A lot of it we burn. Burn more than, burn probably most of it though. Osage makes good bows. I got an Osage orange bow blank up in the shop. I got it years ago off eBay. Maybe one day I'll make me a bow or something out of it when I have free time. Okay, there's Cody. Persimmon is the densest, ironwood is the hardest. I figured it was in there somehow. I can't remember. I've read so much on species of timber, I kind of forget stuff and stuff kind of blends together. Do you ever work with tree service companies to get logs? I worked with all kinds of different sources. And all kinds of different people, and it takes years to establish those relationships with those people. Some people you can't never get in with, it's just really hard, but it just takes time to meeting those guys. And sometimes you're at a gas station one day and a guy pulls up with logs and you find out he cuts them every week. It just kind of happens by happenstance sometimes, by serendipity. It's crazy. It takes years to get those relationships, a long time. And when you get those relationships, keep them to yourself. Somebody asks you where you get your logs from and they're local to you, don't tell them, as you may lose that source. Or they may come in and underbid you. It's hard to find those guys. It really is hard to find them. All right. Mark, I'd be interested in the amount of money you got wrapped up into that particular sawmill. Call Wood Miser in Indianapolis, and they will tell you how much that sawmill would cost. Or you can get online. All that information's out there for free. You can look at any kind of sawmill that Wood Miser has and type it in, see how much it costs. There's no secrets out there. You can spec it out on woodmiser.com and build one right there, and it will show you exactly what it cost you. All right. So, how long have we been going here? Can't even tell. Used to be able to tell on here. YouTube has changed all these formats. And they're a pain in the butt, I tell you. They've changed all these formats on there. Even on these live videos, it's changed. Installing a laser beam on a guide would be an advantage. Wood Miser has a laser beam for about $1,000. That's the only thing on my sawmill I did not get whenever we built it last year, a little over a year ago actually, is the laser. And that would be very handy inside a building like mine. If you're doing portable work, it might be harder to see. But looking back now, I kind of wish I had it because it would be really nice just to look down there and see exactly where your blade's going to travel. You can eyeball it, just like that Wasper's eyeballing me. But sometimes you're off just a little. If that laser's on there, it's perfect. I've seen guys on forums get a little laser on Amazon for $100 and mount it on there and kind of wire switch to it. That may work okay. But if I was going to do one, I'd probably just call Wood Miser and get the one that's made for my mill because it has a switch already installed. It just needs wired up. I may do that one day. We'll see what happens there. It'd be nice to see that. I noticed foam on the roof of your sawmill for noise. No, two purposes. Purpose number one is to keep condensation off that metal, because in the mornings I would have condensation dripping down. I didn't want water dripping down on my brand new sawmill every day, or in my hand when I'm trying to saw. Number two is it keeps the heat out of there. It keeps it a lot cooler. It's an 1.5 inch closed cell insulation. Works really good. It's, you know, any metal building I ever do for the rest of my life, if I put equipment in or I'm working in it, if I don't close in the ceiling, I would spray foam with it. I mean, it makes it that much better. It works out really well. Hello from Chicago. Let me see here. I think I'm caught up here. Not people, 100 some people, not too bad. I didn't really make no formal announcements on the channel about this, so catch up here. I think I'm caught up on all these questions. I probably missed a few of them. If I did, look over me. Mama Cat is not in the Bahamas. She would burn up. She is right here behind me, or in front of me. Get out of here, fly. In the chair. She's got a real thick coat, and she burns up in the summertime. She usually lays in the garage in there on the concrete floor, but she's over here behind me. If she's still here, I will grab her before the video's over and bring her over here. You guys can see her. And Lucy, the other cat, is, she may be down there with Bruno somewhere. Who knows? She's around here somewhere. All right. Let me see. No more comments or questions coming through. I don't have anything really to talk about, guys. So then there's 2.0. I forgot about that. Hey, there's Doug and Stacy, off-grid Doug and Stacy. He cut his first log the other day, guys. He's got the YouTube channel. I'm sure you guys heard about him. He got a sawmill a while back, and before all this COVID virus and stuff kind of broke out, he reached out to me a few months ago, and I was going to try to go up there and cut his first log with him, but we were talking about that, and then I think maybe 4 or 5 days later, the virus just got worse, and we heard it was getting worse, and all these travel restrictions happened, and it stopped that from happening. But if it wasn't for this old stinking virus happening, I'd have been up there with Doug cutting that first log a few months ago. We was actually seriously talking about going up there. But go check out his channel. He's doing some sawmilling over there now, on top of all the other homesteading stuff he does. He does more stuff than I'll ever do. Yeah, everything's going good here, Doug. We're staying to ourselves. The garden's out, and a lot going on here. It's busy times, and it's mowing season. We got a lot to mow here. But hopefully, maybe one day when all this virus stuff goes away, or whatever they do with it, I can get up there and saw some logs with him. Or maybe he'll come down here. One of the two. So that'd be pretty neat. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, I'm getting lost here on these things again. You have to look over me here. YouTube has redone this live screen, and I am having a hard time here seeing anything. Curious, who owns all that wood in the hills just behind you? I have no idea, to be honest with you. I have a decent idea who owns it, but they don't live here. There's a lot of land around me that's owned by people that don't even live here. It's family land that gets turned over to people, you know, and their homesteads fall apart and they just move away. But all this mountain stuff back here, it's owned by, I think they live across town near my grandmother, actually. I don't even know their name. That's the thing around here. There's lots of land, and a lot of people who own it don't live anywhere around here. Let me see here. How many hours a week do you saw? It really depends on a lot of variables there, buddy. I've never really kept track of it either. Because here for the past few months, we've been doing a lot of homeschooling. So Bruno's been home with me about every day. So it's hard to keep track of that stuff. Okay, do you know about Saw King? Okay, whoever asked about Saw King, I don't know what you're talking about. So explain yourself there. I don't know what you're talking about. Let me see here. Do you ever get requests for custom cut wood for customer projects? All the time. All the time. I turn down more custom sawing than I do, put it that way. Because, you know, a lot of people call just huge orders. I want 5,000 barn, you know, feet for barn wood or something. And it's really hard to do that stuff when you're doing a custom sawmill business where you're drying your own wood. What brand is the battery chainsaw we have? It's a steel battery chainsaw. And it's the higher end steel battery chainsaw. I think it's the C200. I think it was in my last video. I can't remember the numbers on that thing. It's the commercial line. It's a really good chainsaw. I used it this morning to cut some firewood with, actually. It done really well. Okay. Do you cut more custom logs or sell your own? Do you cut more custom logs? Bubba, to answer that, most of the stuff that you see on my channel is logs. 99% of the stuff you see on my channel is logs that I buy for my own markets. You know, I usually don't take in people's logs and saw their stuff for them and they come get them. Don't really have a lot of time for that. Unless it's a friend or something like that, I really don't fool with that. All right, do you cut more customer logs? Okay, what happened to Chucky 2009? That's a good question right there. That was my favorite YouTube channel. And I looked the other day, I was going to watch an old video to do a reference on the tool. And I think he deleted his whole channel. He was unmonetized for about a year, or demonetized rather. It looks like he just got fed up with it and deleted the whole channel, which is amazing. He had 500,000 followers, had hundreds and hundreds of videos. But Mechanic Steve, his buddy, has a channel. And he was on his channel a few months ago. And I think he got married and he's doing welding some more. I think he's doing farming full time. So I think that's what's going on there. I miss his channel. He had a really good channel going. I think he got tired of YouTube and he'd rather just farm for a living, I guess. I don't know. All right. So, you plan to cut your own lumber and build your own house? No, we like the house that we live in. Hopefully this will be the last house that we ever have. That'll be fine with me. I got no interest in really building my own house. All right, the Saw King question, he must have left. I'm not sure what he was talking about. But once again, if you got something you really want to answer, do the super chat thing. It will pop up and it like takes precedent over everything. I can't see anything until I close it out now. Used to, it would just be at the top. And on my screen, I have to go in there and close it before I can see anybody else's. I guess YouTube is trying to persuade people to use the super chat feature, I'm assuming. Best way to contact you about purchasing lumber. I really don't do lumber orders there, Bubba. I do specialty pieces for furniture makers and slabs. You know, I don't know if you're talking about regular lumber. I don't really do stuff like that. You know, if you're needing wood for tables or custom mantles and stuff, I'm your guy. But my email address is in every one of my videos, every single one of them. There's Johnny in Duffield. That's not too far away. I visit Duffield quite often, actually. Moisture. Yeah, steel battery powered chainsaw. It's wonderful. We love that little chainsaw. Will you come to Cosby to get some logs? Probably not. That's a little too far for us to travel. And sourcing timber for me is not difficult. I get more logs than I can saw, put it that way. And I'm very thankful for it. It took a long time to find those relationships with people. Really happy about that. Peter's asking about moisture, such straight up hardwood but softwood, only in stages so it won't crush. I am not sure about that question or the answer there, Peter. I'm not sure about that, so I don't want to answer you. So I'm not sure on the answer right there. You see, is your son is in the driveway. Is he okay? He's better than we're doing, put it that way. He's absolutely fine. Okay, let me see. Hey, Bruno, you want to come up here and say hi to everybody again? Hi, everybody. Okay, he said hi from down there. You guys are very fortunate he talked to you all today.
I just did that.
Yes, sir. You did a good job, buddy. Okay, it's the AP sours. AP series. Yes, it is the AP series. It's a 12-inch, and yeah, yeah, that's exactly right. MSA 200. And I actually went back and got the leaf blower for it as well. It works great for cleaning the sawmill off. Does a really good job. Do you perform the music? I do not. A lot of people ask about the music in these videos. If I know who the artist is, I will put it in the video description. If you don't see it down there, then I have no idea. I've got one or two paid sites I get music from, and a lot of the times they'll just have a song, or not even that, just have the genres. You just go in there and pick it, so it's really hard to even know where it comes from. I just know what I like, and I just go there and pick one of those out and put it on the video. There's Carol. Appreciate you watching, Carol, talking about the 2x4s. Old school measurements, you're exactly right. I love actual dimensions. Love that stuff. Okay. Alright. What was the temperature here today? It is, I think it was 82. Last time I checked it. It's been a few hours. It's about 3 o'clock. Alright. So, I do not like this new feature. I can't see on either one how long we've been doing it. We have both cats up here now, guys. There's the update on the cats. Lucy has now joined us. We have a new cat to debut in a few weeks, actually. She's in the house right now with kittens. So we have multiple new cats to debut here in a few weeks. We have a total of 7. We have a new mama cat and 6 babies here that my wife's been taking care of. They're in the house right now. They're about 2, going on 3 weeks old. And so the cat population here at the sawmill is getting ready to explode by about 500%. We're going to go from 2 to maybe 9. So we're going to get pretty busy around here. No excuses for mice at the sawmill, hopefully. All right. 124 people watching. No more questions coming through. South Carolina. It's already shrinking. Lucy, the second cat that we got a while back from my sister-in-law, she's a killer. She kills everything. Drags it up here and leaves it in the front porch for it to smell for about a week. You gotta love it. Stinks out here like something every day when she drags something in here. Okay, do you sell slabs to the public? We sure do. We do sell slabs to the public. Right now, I don't have any. I got like 2 Bots Elder slabs. I think that's it. Kind of low on inventory right now. I need to put some in the kiln. There's a lot of bigger projects going on here at the sawmill that I talked about on the channel that are in the works. So, in relationship to selling and stuff like that. In the next few months, you'll see some things change here. Did you price Hudson Band sawmills before you bought the Wood-Mizer? I did not. Wood-Mizer was the first sawmill I ever ran. Loved it ever since. Didn't want to do anything else but run a Wood-Mizer. But my buddy Jim up in New York, he runs a Hudson sawmill though. Do you ever feel the urge to slab out an epoxy table or 2? No, those epoxy tables, those river tables, I'm just not a huge fan of those. Not a huge fan of those. And Jim Rogers there as well, he also runs a Wood-Mizer. I mean, guys, I'm not sponsored by Wood-Mizer or nothing like that, but you cannot beat those Wood-Mizer sawmills, I tell you. I mean, you know, my buddy Jake Dean in Georgia, he saws millions and millions of board feet on 270s. Jim Rogers, he's been running his sawmill for years. I mean, they're great, great sawmills. You know, and the other sawmills are probably good too. I just have no experience with them at all. You know, my buddy Jim in New York, he built his entire barn with his Hudson sawmill, and he's got a nice barn, so I'm sure they make a good meal. But, you know, recommendations, I go orange every time. Love those meals. Very good. All right. Let's see here. Jim, did you get moved down to South Carolina yet, or was it North Carolina? Jim was moving down south last time I talked to him. All right, there's Jim, 26 years with the 3rd engine installed. That's, okay, no, okay. Yeah, those Wood-Mizers, people just, you replace a few parts in the engine, you keep on going. Those things are, I tell you, they're hard to beat. Stop giving away your endorsements. You know, I don't want to be one of those channels where it looks like a commercial, put it that way. We kind of like the way we do things here. I mean, we get offers for stuff like that. I get emails every day from different companies, but you know, that's why I put stuff on Instagram. I make sure I put on there, this is a non-paid advertisement, you know. I don't care to do giveaways and stuff where you guys might get something for free. If somebody's going to give us something to give to you guys, we're going to do one of those on Instagram in a few weeks with a tool company. But you know, that endorsements and stuff, I don't know, it's just a rabbit hole right there. A lot of people have went down that rabbit hole. When you get on their, when you're on your channel now, it's just like a big infomercial anymore. You know, every thumbnail's them smiling with a tool brand right beside their face. You know, I'm not a fan of that. I'm just not a fan of that. And these videos do okay. You know, we're okay. So let me see here. 31-inch white oak. Needs to be cut. I don't need it, buddy. Hate to be that way, but I bought 1,500. No, I didn't buy, but I got 1,500 board foot of red oak recently. I got some more white oak. I got oak everywhere down there right now, and it's not that I'm not appreciative, but right now I have plenty enough oak here. Plenty of oak. So much oak in Sullivan County here. There's just, you can get it anywhere you want it, pretty much. Red and white both. I appreciate the offer. All right. Trying to catch these questions. Like I said, if you got something real important, hit the old super chat and it will pop up, and I won't be able to miss that one. Some of these I can't get back to for some reason. I just lost everything right then. I tell you, YouTube, you really messed up this easy system here. You're giving something for free, though. Not really. You ask my opinion on stuff, and I give it to you. I'm not going to try to profit from giving my opinion out on stuff. Some people do, I guess, but yeah, whatever. Let me see here. All right, there's Paul down in Maryville. I appreciate that. Appreciate that comment right there, buddy. It's awful nice to see. All right, there's Robert. All right. There's Debbie. Appreciate you gals watch the channel as well. Got a lot of women that watch this channel. Really appreciate you guys watching, or you gals watching. Gosh, I got it wrong twice. What wood have you always want to have on the mill that doesn't grow in your area? There's not one. When you Sawdust black walnut, there's nothing better in my opinion. White oak is probably the second on that, but I don't have any aspirations for anything better than that, actually. Okay, timber frame is coming good. I just finished up a tie beam this morning, actually. It's coming good. Coming along just fine. Got a lot of hardware in the past 2 weeks to mount that timber frame to the concrete. Had to wait about 3 weeks on that stuff. Got some big metal L hangers, I guess, that will mount to the concrete, then to the post. And some people sit those timber frames right on the concrete, but I've got a 1/4 inch piece, an 1/8 of inch piece of metal plate, a piece of polyacrylic plastic on top of that, then the post will sit on that, which is overdoing it, but I do not want any moisture coming up through that post. And I got my pads the other day also. There was a guy who's building a timber frame house 30 minutes away, and he had about 100, maybe 150 leftover hickory pads, and we did some bartering on those. So I got my pads the other day. We're going to be doing hickory for the pads, and they were made by Northcott. It's one of the best places I hear to get your pads at. Jim, just playing on the bottoms. Yeah, my buddy who built the house over here, he put the plate plus the plastic. So I think I'll do that just to make sure no water will ever get up in that pine. And I'll probably anchor seal it again, even though I've anchor sealed the crap out of it. Let me see here. Best place for pads. Yeah, Northcott. If you guys ever need timber framing pads, Google Northcott. All right, there's Charlie and Sarah. I can't believe Charlie sold a sawmill. I have to throw that out there real fast. Every time I think about Charlie, you know, he was doing YouTube channels with his LT50. These bees are after me. And his channels are starting to take off a little bit. And then he sells his sawmill. Terrible timing, Charlie. He was running an LT50 right over in North Carolina. Doing a lot of portable work. Guy knows what he does. All right, there's Mike Morgan, guys. Walnut is wonderful. Pennsylvania cherry is to die for. Mike, come down to Tennessee, buddy, and you will forget all about your cherry. The cherry's nice. You guys got some nice cherry, but man, our walnut's nice. So there's Mike doing a super chat. Appreciate that. And if anybody's interested in smaller Wood-Mizer sawmills, the manual mills, Mike runs one over on his channel. I think it's the LX 250. I think that's the name of it. He's running one over there on his channel. He's doing a lot of videos with his sawmill over there, doing a good job. He gets a lot of nice cherry over there. We don't have nice cherry here. It's very small. LX 150. The 250 is the slabber. I always get Tim Fuller runs that slabber. I get those mixed up. So yeah. So Mike's running the 150. Yeah. And Mike's also driving some really nice new Kubota tractors over there as well. Some nice stuff over there. Let me see here, but appreciate the super chat, Mike. That means a lot, guys. I appreciate everybody's doing that. That helps us out here. Okay, that's Charlie and Sarah. He sold it before the video. Yeah, I figured that's what happened. I figured he sold his sawmill, then his channel started getting popular with his videos, and there you go. But I would say, I think Charlie's had 2 mills. I think he had an LT15 when he lived in Georgia, if I remember right. So I bet Charlie will have another sawmill before it's over with, probably sooner than later. Once you have a Wood-Mizer or a sawmill, it would be really hard to be without one, put it that way. I would hate to be without mine. Okay, love black walnut. Yeah, it's hard to beat. Hard to beat walnut, guys, in my opinion. Yes, hemlock. Forgot about that, hemlock. Love hemlock, guys, but it's hard to get around here. Up in the mountains, there's a beetle that's killing it. But hemlock is a very, very popular wood here. And I have a few hemlock logs here, but they're small. It's hard getting good-sized hemlock around here. That's really nice stuff to saw. I forgot about hemlock. It saws up a little bit better than pine. Not as sappy, but there's a lot of ring shaking hemlock. You got to watch out for that. A lot of ring shaking that stuff. Let me go back here. Never emits concrete around a post. It goes dry. You're right about that. That's why my foundation's done, and the post will sit right on top of the concrete between metal and plastic. All right. How many bents of your timber frame do you have complete? I have 2 out of 4. 2 out of 4. But once these 2 go up, I can go ahead and add 1 at a time instead of doing 2 at a time. So it's going to go a lot faster once it goes up. Sooner than later. Sooner than later, guys. Tulip. I guess you're referring to tulip poplar. I'm assuming. Got a lot of tulip poplar here. Got some small ones over here. I got a call this morning from one of the people I get logs from, and he has some tulip poplar. 36-inch diameter. It's a really good sized poplar tree. You may see that here on the channel pretty soon. Hopefully, if I can pull that deal off, we'll see what happens. Yeah, poplar. Poplar is really nice to saw. If you got a good sharp blade on there, it is very nice to saw. Not a lot of sap in there or pitch. The blade behaves. The logs are clear of knots because the canopies are really usually high. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. All right, so keep up these wood questions, guys. I enjoy answering these sawmill and these timber questions here. And if I don't have the right answer, I'll just tell you I don't know. We'll get the answer somewhere else. Tulip poplar, yellow poplar. Yes, that's also the Tennessee state tree is poplar. Tulip poplar, yellow poplar, same thing. And there's also a different kind of wood down south that they call poplar. I can't remember what they call that stuff. Also cucumber tree. There's a few old guys here who call poplars cucumber trees. Got that green tint to it. Same stuff. There's another tree down south that's similar to poplar. Cottonwood, maybe? Maybe it's cottonwood. We don't have it here. I do know that. It may be cottonwood. The people, it looks just like poplar to me, but it may be a totally different species. Not sure. Paint grade hardwood, absolutely. Poplar is very good for paint. All right, man, it's hot out here today. All right, let me see here. Sweet gum, firewood. If I was gonna saw sweet gum, it'd be for barn siding, and I would hang it after I sawed it up because that stuff has an interlocking grain, it twists. It's a mess. Cottonwood. Sweet gum, if you want to saw it and use it for building with, I would quarter saw it just like elm, sycamore, and beech. Interlocking grain will twist on you. You'll have a hard time right there. There's Tim, retired with wood. Bruno. Tim said hi.
Hi.
All right, Tim. He said hi to you, buddy. Here's my buddy Tim over in Iowa. He runs an LX 250 slabber over in Iowa in an LT 35 diesel. Hi from Scotland. Appreciate that. Sassafras. Just dried some in the kiln last month, actually, and sent it out of here a few days ago. Good stuff. All right. Let me see here. Message. Any more questions about trees or wood? If it's real important, do the super chat thing because it pops up here at the top and I won't miss it. Sorry if I'm repeating myself, but people are coming in and out and letting everybody know what's going on here. YouTube has changed the format on editing videos and uploading. There's somebody coming up the driveway. We may get, well, it looks like the mailman's coming up the driveway, so we may get the post office worker driving up here and wondering what's going on. Yep, that's what's going to happen. Hey, Bruno, stay out of the driveway, okay? Looks like we got a package coming, guys. How exciting is that? Rainbow poplar and tulip, which is similar. I think Chris is down in, I think Louisiana. I may be wrong. Charlie and Sarah talks about yellow poplar in the poplar family, but not yellow poplar. I've heard that before, and there's also the rainbow poplar as well. Savannah, Georgia. He's in Savannah. I thought you were in New Orleans for some reason. Couldn't remember. So the post lady just pulled up. So we turn around here. It's like some Amazon boxes. I'm sure everybody's getting Amazon boxes this time of year. Actually, she knows about the YouTube channel. She asked me about it a few weeks ago. Forgot your shoe there, Bruno. Now the dog's barking. It's pandemonium here. Bruno lost a shoe. The mail lady's here. The dog's barking. We got a lot of stuff going on, guys. This is a very exciting live chat today. How you doing?
Burning up.
I am burning up too.
They've not been getting done sorting packages till 12 o'clock. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's been late days.
Say hi, Bruno.
Hi, Tim.
Hey.
Hi, everybody.
You just got on YouTube there for just a sec.
That's okay.
Yeah, 1,000.
I saw you doing a curly maple the other day.
Yeah, just did a curly maple.
That one. Have you ever seen that tree on Roseberry?
Yeah, I have.
With all them burls in it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I saw that one the other day. Man, if he can get his hands on that one.
Yeah, I did that curly maple. So you saw that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up there at the mill. Yeah. Yeah.
It pops up every once in a while. I usually watch a Nick Zametti.
Oh
He
yeah.
does wood turning and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And for some reason yours pop up in his sometimes.
Oh, okay. All right. Hit the like button.
Have a good day.
All right. See you later. All right. I'm really behind on comments now.
Think this is for Mommy?
I don't know what that is, Bruno. Looks like we got that's stuff for Mommy. Probably stuff for sewing, I bet. Probably something from the sewing. And yeah, we'll open it here in just a minute.
This is Mommy?
No, it's Mom's. It's something for her sewing, I'm assuming.
These twos are for me.
Okay, we'll take them in the house. Don't open them yet. Okay, let me see. I'm totally behind now. Chris, oh, that's funny. Chris bought Charlie's old LT15. That's pretty funny. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Let me see here. I am way behind on comments. I don't think I missed any super chats though. Did not miss any super chats. Good deal. Okay. Goodness, I tell you, this new format is not any fun on here. It's a pain. There's just down in Southwest Florida. Let me see here. What is the preferred wood for floorboards? If you're talking about a trailer, get out here, bees. white oak. White oak is the king for trailer decking. It will outlast pressure treated, in my opinion. That's my opinion. But do white oak, guys. Don't do red oak. It will rot. It may last a while, but it will eventually rot. I know one guy that done ash. Terrible idea. Terrible idea. But white oak. If you can't get white oak, go buy pressure treated. One of the two. White oak will last a long time. And this is crazy to think about it. Black walnut would last really long also. Walnut is very good rot resistant. It's really good timber. It lasts outside a whole long time. Long time. Lost my train of thought there for a second. I thought somebody was coming up the driveway again. It was my neighbor coming in. So, let me see here. There's Chris talking about, I was talking about Charlie and Sarah. They got a YouTube channel in Carolina, and he sold his LT50, but he sold his LT15 to Chris Carter, one of my longtime buddies on here down in Savannah. Swamp Cypress, never seen it. My buddy Jake Dean gets it a lot down in Georgia. He's down in Rents, Georgia, close to Florida. Not seen any cypress up here. Unless you trucked it up here, that's the only time you're probably going to see it. Okay, Charlie, enjoy your videos. I'm in Dubai. That's pretty interesting. People all over the world watching this stuff. Okay, and it's my, you know, if you ask me a question and I don't see it, my wife may answer it. And if she doesn't answer it, if she's not sure what the answer is, and I don't see it, then, you know, do the super chat feature and it will jump right on the screen. I'm telling you, this YouTube is really pushing a lot of different features on here. I can tell by the format here. Magnolia slabs are doing just fine. They're air drying up in the barn. I got 2 or 3 more small ones to finish up. And they're doing just fine, but there's a lot of moisture in that magnolia. It's going to take a long time to air dry those out. All right. So let me see here. I think I'm just about caught up on those. I probably missed a bunch of them. Who knows? Here, do the best we can. How's ginseng? I was at this little hole-in-the-wall restaurant the other day getting a big old greasy hamburger, and there was a sign on the wall that said buying ginseng. I've never seen a sign around here saying that, but apparently there must be some around here because people are trying to buy it. But I don't know anybody that's ever hunted for it or ever even fooled with it, but it's probably hiding in these mountains somewhere. I think Kentucky is where a lot of it is, and we're not too far from Kentucky, so it probably does grow here. Wood for routed outdoor signs, I would use white oak if it was me, or red cedar. Good stuff as well. All right, let me see here. Chris Carter, he's getting back to sawing. Chris saws a lot on Saturdays. I'm not sawing today, I'm mowing actually. I cut firewood this morning, and now I'm going to be finishing up mowing today, it looks like. I need to get off here and get that done. It's already 3:30. Yeah, that ginseng, it's, I've seen TV shows about it back when we used to have cable, and I tell you, there's a lot of money in that stuff, but I don't want to go out around here, you go out in the mountains trying to find stuff like that, you're going to find a snake probably before it finds you. How many kittens? We have 6 kittens in there right now. They'll be 3 weeks old, I think Tuesday, or Monday or Tuesday. 6 kittens, boys and girls. And I think we're probably going to be keeping every one of them because I doubt Bruno will let us get rid of any of them. And since he calls the shots around here, it's probably what ended up happening. Check this battery. Looks like it's all right. All right. Work's going good. Just things are slow for everybody, I guess, with kids at home. So productivity's not been as much, but work's going good. We're doing okay. Thanks for asking. I think I'm caught up. So, all right. 121 people watching, 86 thumbs ups. How much do you sell walnut for? Somebody else pulling up here. They're turning around. How much you sell walnut for? It depends on thickness, grade, width, and length. Lots of different, there's no set price for timber. When you do stuff like I do, live edge stuff, you never say, I got walnut $10 a board foot. Goes, one slab may be worth triple that if it's got enough figure in it. One may be double that. Don't limit yourself, you know? Don't limit yourself, you know? But guys who cut 1x6 walnuts and they have, you know, regular FAS1 walnuts or stuff like that, they're going to have a common, you know, common price for that. I don't get into stuff like that though. Any hints on your next project? If you're not a Patreon supporter, you can go over to there, and those guys find out about everything way before it makes it to YouTube. So another car, they're turning around too. We live on a dead end. People must not be able to read the dead end sign. Well, there might not be a dead end sign on the road. Yeah, there is. Another car turning around. Huh. More traffic than usual. All right, let me see here. But on Patreon, guys, I pretty much tell people over there what's going on here at the mill. I talk about how much we pay for timber. They see the videos a day before they go live on YouTube with no ads or nothing.
Daddy,
Yeah?
can I have a chocolate chip cookie just one?
You can have a cookie, but come here, I'll open them. Bruno would like to have a chocolate chip cookie, so excuse me for just a second. Let me open up these delicious cookies. You're on video, Bruno, look. Yeah, up here. So you're up there, and they see you down there. All right. One for you, and these plastic containers are so hard to seal back. You put that back on the table. All right. All right. Quarter sawing oak is coming up very soon. I got in some red oak. I showed on the video 2 or 3 weeks ago. I got 2 red oaks that are 8-footers. They're 30-inch plus diameter. They're going to be perfect quarter sawn boards. I'll probably get the chainsaw and go ahead and bust them down the middle to make them a little bit lighter on the tractor, because they're going to get busted down the middle anyways. I'll probably put a ripping chain on and bust them in 2. So a lot of quarter sawing coming up soon. A lot of quarter sawing. All right. Let me see here. I think I'm caught up on the questions. I'm caught up on super chats. And I need to get on that lawnmower because this yard is not going to mow itself. And I was going to bring Mama Cat up here, but she has actually went down with Bruno. She follows Bruno everywhere. She's the best cat in the world. Any chance of a tune today? I don't know how, you know, the music on my channel, I don't know who half the people are, to be honest with you. I use this this company, and I pay them every month to use their songs, and a bunch of the stuff, it don't have the artist. I have no idea who it is. I just kind of know who I like. Let me see here. Did the flame hold up in the elm? In the box elder, it did. My battery's going low on the phone. We're about done then. The flames did hold off. If you keep the flames out of sunlight, you're okay. And the red flames are caused by beetles. You know, beetles attack redler maple, because box elder is a maple. It's like a silver maple. And redler beetles, when they attack maple, it makes ambrosia. When they attack silver maple, such as box elder, not silver maple, but when they attack box elder, not silver maple, this is really getting confusing. So if the ambrosia beetle attacks hard or soft maple, it makes an ambrosia stain in the wood, ambrosia maple. If it attacks a box elder, it makes a red stain. That's where the red stain comes from. It's caused by that bug. It's the reaction right there that happens. All right, thanks for watching, Debbie. Appreciate you watching. And let me see here. Yeah, just keep it out of the sunlight. If you're sawing any box elder while it's air drying, the UV rays apparently draw out that color. Now, how deep it comes out, I don't know. You may plane it when it's dried and see it again. You may never see it again, but it's worth the time to probably hide it. All right, so let me see here. I think I am caught up on chats and everything else, and everything's caught up, it looks like. Gosh, I tell you, YouTube, you're killing me. You're killing me, YouTube. All these new features. I like it plain and simple. Can't find anything on this screen. All right, guys. All right, hey, Bruno. Am I still recording? Battery's about dead. You want to come tell everybody bye? All right, guys. don't go anywhere. Bruno's coming to tell everybody bye. So I got 111 people watching. You guys hang on for just a second. Three people left.
Yep.
I can't believe you guys. All right, he's on the table. He's on the table.
Bye, everybody.
Come here. They didn't see you, Bruno. You gotta lean in here.
Bye, everybody.
Well, I'll tell you what. You guys are extremely fortunate the boss come and told y'all bye. All right. So I appreciate the super chats, everybody watching. And if you're watching this video in the future, the super chat is not working or the comments. Sometimes people watch this live video a few hours from now and they'll start commenting thinking I'm here seeing it. I'm not really seeing it, guys. This is a recording. So anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. 101 thumbs up and no thumbs downs. That's amazing. Usually get one or two of those. So anyways, guys, we'll see you on the next video sooner than later. I'm going to go down the lawnmower and do some mowing.